Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Saturday the 5th of August. Well, absolute garbage Friday. Sorry for whispering because I'm actually outside at the moment. So here are selections for Saturday. And there is a selection which I'm really interested in. And that horse I will mention very shortly. I will highlight it once I get to it. So let's get into it. So the first bet is 8p each way Hines. And this is horses or selections that are pretty much larger prices. So the first selection is, and all these bets are to be placed on Sky Bet. So it's an 8p each way Hines. The first selection is Music Society at 14 to 1 in the 150 at Goodwood. And that's only a money back special. It isn't an extra place race. I do believe there's loads of rain knocking around, and gradually, as you're well aware, I did tip lower numbers to have the edge in the sprints. Well, that was what was happening as the ground was drying up, because if you remember, when it first started raining, it was favouring high numbers. They were bagging this rail and they were like winning by quite a few lengths. Well, I think with the rain, when it's raining on the day, it suits high numbers. When the ground is beginning to dry, it will then suit low numbers, as you could see from recent results. So the Goodwood sprints, I'm going for high numbers. I could be completely wrong, but this is what I'm going for. So, as I said, Music Society at 14 to 1 in the 150 at Goodwood. Second selection is at Doncaster, and it's Carnaby Princess at 9 to 1 in the 10 past 2 at Doncaster, paying 4 places instead of 3. This track favours low numbers or low to slightly middle on soft ground, but I think it could even be heavy. And Carnaby Princess, I believe, is drawn 2 or 3. In fact, I think it's drawn 1. Yeah, it's drawn 1. The third selection is Tides of War at 25 to 1 in the 225 at Goodwood in the summer handicap, paying 5 places instead of 3. This horse should not be this price. I think it's got a good chance of sneaking a place. The owner's actually got 3 in the race, although I'm not convinced all 3 of them will run. But this horse is well handicapped, and I think it wants soft ground, and it's definitely going to get it tomorrow. The fourth selection is Wonderwall at 14 to 1 in the 320 at Doncaster. It does look as though the original favourite or the possible second favourite by Godolphin could be a non-runner. I've taken the price anyway, but this horse is right behind the favourite on form. It did a racing post rating of 80, I believe 85, when it was never really put in the race apart from a fast finishing second at Pontefract. Well, it actually beat, is it Wildline, I think, in this race? And this horse, it stays miles further than this distance, and I think it will love the soft ground. The next selection is the Nap of the Day, and this is in all bets. The horse is significantly, and subscribers are well aware how much I've been following this horse. Don't get me wrong, I did expect it to get beat, although I didn't tip it. I fancied it to win, although I thought it would end up being unlucky to protect its handicap mark. Well, I've actually been proved wrong, but I'm kind of right in a way as well, because if it hadn't have won that race, it would not have got into the Stewards Cup. So it had to win that race, and then it wasn't an unlucky second last time. It was never really at the races, so its handicap mark is still protected. You know how I said I fancied high numbers? Well, when I looked, I thought, please be high. It's only drawn 28 of 28. So, yeah, that's why it's my nap. If I'm wrong on the draw, well, it's going to be a losing nap by the looks of it. But I think we've got every chance on the draw. So I've also gone for a forecast and tricast in the Stewards Cup. I know it's clutching at straws a bit, but I do think if it is high numbers, there's certainly horses with chances that are drawn high. And the final selection in this bet is Good Luck Fox at 12 to 1 in the 435 at Thirsk. At Thirsk, on the straight course, generally it favours horses that are relatively up with the pace, but also drawn high on the sprints. This is drawn 9 of 9. There are horses that I have backed recently, like Ecclesiastical in this race, which you'd have thought would be head and shoulders above this horse, or probably fancied to win the race. But it's 13 to 2 Ecclesiastical, and I think, not convinced it will win this race. So I think Good Luck Fox is a decent value alternative. It could well drift in price, but I've taken the prices so you can see what prices they are. So the next bet is, this is the main bet, so it's a 30p each way, lucky 15 takes you to £9, then it's a 50p each way accumulator, comes to a tenner. So the first selection is Autumn Festival at 17 to 2 in the 325 at Thirsk, paying 4 places instead of 3. I expect this horse to lead. It absolutely loves soft ground, softer the better, and I think it will be hard to catch because it actually runs well over further. It's run well over a mile over course and distance and similar ground in the Thirsk Hunt Cup, and this isn't quite as strong, and I do think it'll be hard to catch. Once again, I've gone for the nap of the day, and it is significantly at 20 to 1 in the 335 at Goodwood, paying 8 places instead of 4. The third selection is another David O'Meara trained horse. It's Pisanello at 5 to 1 in the 4 o'clock at Thirsk, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse ran well on this card last year. I believe it came third, and I'm expecting it to run a decent race again with a cracking chance of winning. I must say, the heavier the better for that horse. It needs to be nearly abandoned for that to that's the kind of ground that horse wants. The fourth selection is Fantastic Fox at 9 to 1 in the 520 at Goodwood, paying 6 places instead of 4. And as I said, we're well up on the forecast and tricast for the year, because I've only picked about 3, and we had a £226 return for forecast and tricast last time. So if I'm right with the draw, we've got a decent chance. So it's a 25p combination forecast and a 10p reverse tricast. So the horses are Tactical, Significantly, Sterling Knight and Bielsa in the 335 at Goodwood, which is the Stewards Cup. So Tactical is also trained by Julie Camacho. Significantly, yes, trained by Julie Camacho. The third horse is Sterling Knight, trained by Ed Dunlop. Ran very well this year and last on heavy ground. And Bielsa, trained by Kevin Ryan, which should be right up there with the pace and handles slow ground. Right. So this is just this was a free bet. So far I've just chucked a 5 at treble on. I have put other bets on, but I will announce those possibly tomorrow, but I'm organising it better. But I might even wait till the first day results come in, just have a quick look around and see what's going on. So it's a £5 treble. Basically, I'm very strong on Mansfield this year. They made a signing yesterday, and that player is different gravy when it comes to that league. They've signed Aidan Flint, where he was in the Championship last season, and they've been Stags, which is Mansfield, were basically playing defenders, attackers, strikers as wing backs. They were that. They didn't really buy very well last season, and they were hit by a string of injuries, and it was embarrassing. Really, they were playing. Clough tends to do that anyway. Tends to play people out of position, but yeah, like I said, that was embarrassing. They made some cracking signings, mainly defenders, and I think Stags have got a decent shot. But the team that I do fancy for League 2 or promotion is Stockport, and they are 2 to 1 to finish in the top 3. But anyway, this bet, £5 treble. It's a free bet. Derby at 4 to 9 to finish in the top 6 in League 1. Mansfield at 6 to 4 to be the top Midlands club. They are up against Notts County and Walsall. And finally in this bet is Burnley to finish higher than Wolves, 8 to 11. Basically, I fancy Wolves to really struggle. I'm even tempted to back them to go down. In any minute, my computer's going to go off because of storage. So let me get into the football bet for actual tomorrow. This is the goals, which I spoke about. So basically, you want a minimum of 3 goals in each match. The more, the better. So it's a £10 stake. So it's a £6 treble, and it's an over 2.5 goal treble. So go to the Crewe and Mansfield match, go to over 2.5 goals, and click the price. Then select Stockport and Gillingham match over 2.5 goals, and then Plymouth and Huddersfield over 2.5 goals. It's a £6 treble. It makes £51 if it comes up. It pays for the day, and I think it shows you about £20 profit if there's 3 goals in that match. So all you do, we're sticking with those teams. So then it's a £3 treble, £3 over 3.5 goal treble. So the same teams, Crewe and Mansfield, Stockport and Gillingham, and Plymouth versus Huddersfield. So all the matches go to over 3.5 goals. Click the selections, and then it's a £3 treble. And finally, the bonanza bet is it's a £1 treble, a £1 over 4.5 goal treble. The same matches: Crewe versus Mansfield, Stockport versus Gillingham, and Plymouth versus Huddersfield. So those are all the selections for Saturday. I wish you the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.